Mori ore te whānau, welcome to the practice run, your frontline pass to the heart of sports action. Brought to you by 99 Dreams, inspiring others to chase their dreams with your hosts, yours truly, Raori, Tukoherangi, and sometimes the brother Vincent. We're diving deep into the thrilling world of the NRL Rugby League today, and who knows where the game will take us tomorrow. From the try line to the sideline, we've got you covered.
So strap in as we tackle the big plays, the game-changing moments, the stories that define legends. Whether you're a seasoned vet or this is your first hit-up, the practice run is for everyone. Every run, every tackle, every win, experience the rush with us.
With exclusive insights, couch analysis, and a touch of humour, the practice run is here to keep you entertained, informed, and part of our practice squad. Because here, every practice run takes us one step closer to glory.
The Practice Squad, where every listener is MVP, powering our play, every episode, every day. Would also like to give a shout out to our sponsors. Thanks to 99 Dreams for powering our passion. Now let's kick things off with today's lineup.
Well, today's lineup looks great. The forecast is stunning. We've got footy all weekend, so you know we're about to do some predictions and previews. We're also going to do a bit of a one-outs. That's where Tukoirangi goes one-on-one with me in any kind of topical category. Today, it is our all-time team. So his Bulldogs versus my Broncos, our all-time teams. So look forward to that. But before we do get into that, we're going to play a little bit of our dream guest, who we would love to have on this podcast. So, what up, my bro? Who would you love to have on this podcast as someone you could just pick their brain, chop it up, talk shop, talk whatever you want. We've got, say, like an hour and a half of this person's time. Who's your guest? Why? And what would be the three questions that you'd really want to ask them?
The first one that came to mind would be our Uncle Widdamoo, Willie Mason. I mean, obviously it helps that he's a former Bulldog, so it would always be cool to get him on here and to get to pick his brain about that. So yeah, he'll be my one. Three questions that I would ask him. Apparently he has an outrageous McDonald's order. I think I've heard it once before. Like it's just crazy. Like we're talking Big Mac on Big Mac on Big Mac. So that'd be one probably. Yeah.
Yo.
What his McDonald's order would be. Second one would be um, probably his favorite or most memorable Mad Monday. I just assume that he would have some crazy stories about his Mad Mondays. And the last one would probably be what was it like to win that '04 final? Because I'm pretty sure he won the player of the game for that one. Well, what's that award called? You know the
Is it the Stephen?
I don't know, but you know the one I'm
The
on about,
Stephen
eh?
something
The
medal?
play.
Yeah.
He
It's
he
another
won
medal.
that. Yeah. So yeah, that would be my one, Uncle Widdamoo. Um, yeah, that'd probably be my three questions. What about you, bro? Who's on your hit list?
Man, I've been tossing up a few, and I'm like still to this moment still tossing up a few. Like an easy one that comes to mind would obviously be the Beak, um, being a Bronco player himself, and he's leading the way in terms of NRL podcasts. So we'll just catch free clout from that. But man, I feel like I'd have to go with Billy Slater. I feel like yeah, it's random, right? It's super random, but I feel like I got to go with Billy Slater. I feel like he's got a great footy mind. He's transitioned really well from being one of the greatest, maybe if not the greatest fullback of all time, to now becoming like a very, very credible coach. Um, so I'd love to talk to him about, how did he approach every game? Was it, the same, or was it different? Was it different, scouting or like watching film for the likes of a Benji Marshall to a Brad Fittler or a Sean Johnson or Jonathan Thurston, like how did he prepare for those games? I'd also like to ask him what it was like being a part of that Storm team. Like, how was that mindset, or how did that mindset transition into coaching? From being coached by one of the greats into now becoming a decent coach in his own right. I won't say great, not just yet. Don't want to jinx the man. I've got a bad track record. Yeah, I've got a bad track record. My final question, I think, would be, because he's finished playing now. It doesn't matter. I want to ask him. You knew about that salary cap, You knew you were over. So why didn't you carry it on like that? I'd like to know what his side of the story would be for that, because we all know from the outside looking in what we know, but what I wonder what was going through in the players' sheds and things like that. I feel like that'd be super interesting. But those are some of the guests that I'd love to see. But I also realised that we forgot. Sorry, fans who are regular listeners, and if you normally tune out by now, if all you come on here for is to watch the Papers This Is Rock, I'm sorry, but it's here now. I forgot. All right, I was just too keen to see who our dinner guests would be. But we'll jump into a bit of Papers This Is Rock, and hopefully wearing Jason Kels's Eagles jersey, who just recently retired, brings me a bit of luck because I lost the last one. So here we go. 3, 2, 1, shoot. And up.
Ooh. Okay. I really thought you were going to go rock there. I was like, surely he's going rock.
Yeah, no, because I was thinking about it. I was like, I've gone rock almost the start of every episode for the past 4 episodes. I'm not going rock.
All right then, here we go.
1, 2, 3, shoot. And up.
Hey, you. Better cut it out.
All right, double papers again. Here we go. 1, 2, 3, shoot. And up.
Oh, you did go 3 in a row.
Ah, he got it. Nice. Also, shout out Jason Kels. He's also someone I'd love to have on the podcast sometime. He's got an amazing podcast, New Heights. If you haven't watched it, go and watch it, man. They break down footy like it's nothing. Not this footy, American football. They've got a great podcast. Great career, man. Salute you. Super Bowl winner. He's probably got the greatest post-Super Bowl speech of all time. Like, I ain't never seen a Super Bowl speech, post-Super Bowl speech like that. So, whatever you do next in life, not that you'll ever watch this, but whatever you do next in life, Jace, enjoy it, sir. And to all our American fans, comment down below who your favorite team is. I'm currently an Eagles fan, but my favorite player just left, so I'm a free agent again. Hey, I'm not from America. I can do this.
Yeah,
unless Eagles fans, you show me some love. You show me some love, and maybe I'll stay. Go Bears, go. Right. So, previews and predictions. We have a gang of games on this weekend, and how good is it to have rugby league back? Tonight's game, we are kicking off the third game of round 1, because we had 2 games of the weekend in Las Vegas. Shout out Vegas, baby. Tonight's game, the Knights versus the Raiders. I'll give you a breakdown of the Knights list. 2 will give you a breakdown of the Raiders list. Then we'll pick off maybe 1 or 2 key matchups and our predictions for this game, and then we'll move through the rest of the games. So that's kind of how the flow is going to work. All right, Fano. So leave your predictions down below. Comment your favorite team as well, and good luck for the season. Coming up first, so we've got the Knights 1 through 17. We've got Kalen Ponga at the 1, Inari Tuala at the 2, Greg Marju on the other wing. We've got Dane Gagai and Brabham Best. Dane Gagai, the most Māori brother out there. Let's go, my Māori brother. We've got Tyson Gamble, Jackson Hastings in the halves. The props are Jacob Saifidi, Leo Thompson with Phoenix Crossland hooking it up in the middle there. Tyson Frizzell, Dylan Lucas, and Adam Elliott round out the rest of their forwards with Jack Cogger, Daniel Saifidi, Jack Hetherington, and Kai Pierce Paul Pierce. Gee. That was a mouthful. Running out the bench. Shot Kai Kara France running out the bench. Over to you for the Raiders.
For the team, the mean machine, the green machine, the Canberra Raiders. At fullback, we have Jordan Rapana. We have Nick Kotrick and Xavier Savage on the wings. At centre, we have Matthew Timoko and Albert Hopewade. At number 7, we have Jamal Fogarty. And winning the battle for the number 6 jersey, or he gets the first shot at it, is Ethan Strange. To the forward pack we go, and we have Josh Papali'i, Danny Levi, and Joseph Tapine in their front row. Second row is we got Hudson Young and Zach Hosking. And at number 13 we have another Englishman, Morgan Smithies, who's making his debut for the Canberra Raiders. Straight into number 13. So off the bench we have Tom Starling, Ime Gula, Ata Mariota, and Pasami Solo. Yeah, so that is your Canberra Raiders team. So where do you think, brother, this battle will be won and lost, and what's the matchup you're most looking forward to?
I think for the Knights, they're going to rely heavily on Kalen Ponga, Dalian medalist from 2023, and rightly so. He's got a lot of talent, and he's got a lot of what's the word, motivation this year to take that team to new heights. Shout out Jason Kous. With that matchup, I'm interested to see how the old man Raps goes at fullback. Not often do you see an aging winger transition to a fullback. You normally see an aging fullback transition to a winger. So look, it's going to be an interesting battle there. It's going to be the wisdom and I guess IQ of Jordan Rapana versus that agile, almost as electrifying as Reece Walsh. We'll call it the scintillating Kalen Ponga. So I'm looking forward to seeing that, as well as their forward battle. I think Jacob Saifidi is going to be interesting to watch out there. Go to battle against who they got? Against Josh Papali'i. Again, another aging prop, but man, he's still got those goods, man. He can rumble with the best of them. What are some of the matchups you're looking forward to, and who's your key player that you should keep an eye on?
Yeah, I mean, the one that jumps to mind is obviously Caleb Ponga. For me, it would be Jamal Fogarty. He's now running the show. Jack Wyden leaving, so he's that half now, so it's time for him to lead this team, and I think they'll go as good as he goes. So it's time for him to take up that rank as the dominant half and to lead them around and be that dude. So yeah, he's the one. I think they'll go as good as he goes. If I had to pick a winner between the two sides, I'm probably gonna lean towards the Knights for today's game, and the only reason why I say that is I think it's because of their spine. Kalen Ponga, Tyson Gamble, Jackson Hastings, and Phoenix Crossland. I think I like that spine just a little bit better. Just because I don't know Ethan Strange, I don't know what he is. He must be decent enough. He got that number 6 jersey. Also, Danny Levi, I forgot he's actually still in the league. I'm surprised they went with him because I thought they would have went with Tom Starling or the one who started quite a few games for them last year, Zach Wolford. So for him to only make the 17, it's a bit surprising. But yeah, I'm leaning a little bit to the Knights for this one. First game, and they are at home, I believe. McDonald's Jones Stadium. That's the Knights' home, mate.
Yeah, that sounds
Yeah.
nice. Yeah.
Yeah. So that would be my prediction for this one. Who I'm picking, the Knights. What about you? Are you picking?
Yeah, sorry, Knights fans. I'm back. I'm backing you guys as well. You guys know my predictions haven't come off so far. So yeah, I'm currently 0-3. I'm 0-3 with predictions. So yeah, sorry Knights fans. I'm with you as well. But I sent out a parnui earlier to a couple of my mates, and Danny said he's going with the Raiders this weekend. So there you go, Raiders fans. We've got 2 for the Knights, 1 for the Raiders. So good luck, and that's going to be a great game tonight. So let's go. Moving over to our second game of the weekend, which is the Wars, the mighty, mighty Warriors versus the floundering Sharks. So I'll dive into the Warriors because you guys know I've been on this team all preseason now. I'm here for them. I'm on the bandwagon, so it's only right I read out their team. Come on now. In at the one because Chance Nickel Clockstad is still injured. We've got is it Tiny or Tane?
I think they pronounce it Tane. I'm not too sure if it's Tane.
Of course they would.
Yeah.
Anyway, might be Tane if it's Tiny. Aroha mai ho Tuopiki. Then on the wing we've got the mullet of doom. That man has got some curls, man. We call him Goldilocks. Dallin Waten is a Lesnier. And on the other side, Marcelo Montoya. In the centres, we've got Rocco Berry. And I'm calling it now, man. We got the Dalian medalist for the centres, Mr. Roger Tuivasa-Sheck. In the halves, we've got Luke Metcalf and Sean Johnson. Then in the forwards, we've got Adam Fiddle-Blake, Wade Egan, and Mitchie Barnett. Our second row is Jackson Ford, Kurt Capel, ouch, that hurts, and Tohu Harris. On the bench, we've got Freddie Lussick, Tomale, Bunty Offo, and Dylan Walker. Great lineup. Over to you with the Sharkies.
Yep, so with the Sharks team, at fullback we have William Kennedy. Wingers are Seoni Katoa and Renato Militalo. At the centres we have Jesse Raymond and Talakai. In the halves we have the megastar Nico Hines, and he's partnered with Braden Trindle. Moving to the forward pack, we have Oregon Kafusi and Royce Hunt at prop, with Blake Brayley as the number 9. In that second row, we have Britton Nakora and Tay Wilton. In their 13, they've gone with Cam McInnes. Off the bench, we have Dale Finucane, Jack Williams, Toby Rudolph, and at number 17, Thomas Hazelton. Solid team. This is one of the teams that really hasn't changed much. It's pretty much been the same 17 for the last couple of seasons now, so they're quite a settled squad, especially in their back five. Their back five, it's been there for the last two years. So yeah.
Yeah, the Sharks team looks and sounds deadly. Yeah, they're stacked pretty much, but like you say, it's almost untouched and unchanged. So, can they make that leap forward? Who are they relying on to help them get that? Propel them into that next step. Who knows? But currently, the team standing in their way is the Warriors. And what I was going to ask you is, do you think that once C&K comes back, they shift Tuopiki up to the wing? If Montoya doesn't play that well, and if Pompey can't force his hand into the team,
I'm gonna say no. He's quite tiny, isn't he? Tuopiki is a little short wee dude.
he's a little bit, but
Nah, I think he's just an out and out fullback. I don't see him getting shifted to the wing. I think that's probably it. Dylan and Montoya are probably the wingers for the whole year, I'd say. I don't know what happened to old Edward Cossey, their rookie.
nah, he's playing in the. I do like Ed Kusi. He's good. He's a good player.
I'd say he might get the call up
I don't know.
before they shift to Opaki there.
Well, I think Pompey's next in line for that wing spot. Seriously, he played all right in the Maldives. He is actually probably one of their better players.
Pompey.
But anyway, key matchup I'm looking forward to is obviously Roger Tuivasa-Sheck, man. I'll ride that all day. That's a hill I'm dying on this season. As the RTS train, I'm all aboard. Here we are. I'm here for it. So, him, and he'll be up against Jesse Ramian, eh?
Yeah, I was just about to ask you which one is he lined up with. Is it 4v3?
I'm pretty sure he'll be up.
Right.
Yeah. I'm pretty sure that's how it goes.
It's gonna be a good battle.
Yeah, that I'm looking forward to that. Also, the Battle of the Sevens, Sean Johnson versus Nico Hines. That's going to be great. I actually think it might come down to the bench because last year weren't the Sharks up and then the Warriors came back in the second half? Was that game?
Do not know. I can quickly check it up. But I think they had close games. Some Sharks.
Yeah, and so what a way to kick off your Friday night. Warriors at home as well for the start of round one. I've got to back the Warriors on this. Sorry, Warriors fans, if my predictions don't come true, man, it's on me. I'll pick against them every week if they lose this game. I promise. All right. And if you join in further down the season and you just start seeing me just pick against the Warriors every week, come back to this episode. Come back to this episode and you'll see why. Okay.
Yeah, I think I might be following suit with you as well. They seem to do real well at home. I mean, the Warriors are at home, so I'm gonna go with them as well. Back the Warriors. Just like you, looking forward to Tuivasa-Sheck coming back and Sean Johnson against Nico Hines. Battle of the Sevens, that's a big one. But I think that to me these teams seem pretty even across the board. They seem like a good matchup. I was kind of thinking, you said the bench. I'm thinking it might be the battle of the nines, eh? Wade Egan against Blake Brayley. Wade Egan had a real breakout
Oh
season
yeah.
last year. He was really, really good for them. And he's kind of taken that stride, trying to crack that upper echelon of number nines. And same with Brayley. He's been good for a little bit now, eh? He's still quite young. So yeah, I think it might be who's it might come down to those two is what I'm thinking, but I'll lean towards the Warriors. Uh, just at home, that first game, I think the crowd. I'm guessing it's going to be a pretty decent crowd there. So yeah,
I
so
heard it's close to
Sharks.
sold out. I heard it's close to sold out.
Yeah, not surprised at all. And real quickly, just looked at their
Yeah.
records last year. The Warriors won the first game, 44-12, and then they won both games, 44-12, and then the other one was 30-32. That might have been the one.
Yeah, I think that might have been the comeback game.
Yeah, I think so. Yeah, because it was looks like it's the first game. Yeah. But yeah.
And was that in Australia?
Damn it. What the hell did I just do? National Rugby. Why does it not? Yeah, it must be because the Sharks, the team on top, and the Warriors are underneath. So yeah.
Yeah, I think that was the one they hit the comeback, man. They showed resolve, and I think that's when people started to go, man, this Warriors team are legit.
Yeah.
So,
Alrighty.
Warriors fans, I apologize in advance if they lose this game. It's probably me. It's probably me. I'll bet against them every week. I promise. I promise. Looking ahead to the game that will follow that one, and what a way to close out the evening. Melbourne Storm versus the Penrith Panthers. This could be a potential finals preview. Who knows? But let's get into this. So starting off Melbourne Storm, we got Ryan Pappenhausen, William Warbrick, and Xavier Coates. Man, try saying those like three names one after the other real quick. Hell of a trick, man. In the centres, we got Remy Smith and Nick Meaney. 6 and 7, we got Cam Money Munster, and Jerome Hughes. At 8, we got Tui Kamika and Harry Grant and Josh King. Then we've got Joe Chan, Eliesa Katoa, and Trent Luero at the 13. Oops. Why don't they tell us how to say these names? It's spelled Luero.
Liera, I think.
Is he
It's another one
is
that's.
he an Islander?
Uh, huh?
Is he an island boy? Or is he a
Mate,
Palangi?
not too sure. Yeah, Trent Liera, but.
But it's spelled Luero.
You know how those Aussies like to pronounce names, bro. I have no idea. I just know that's how they say it, whether they're right or wrong. Oh,
Oh, they're definitely wrong. Because they call all Whalongo, Whalago,
far
Whalango.
along, eh?
Yeah, it's Whalongo.
But they're pretty.
Anyway,
Oh
on the
yeah,
bench, they
okay.
got Tyrone Wishart, Christian Welch, and Chris Lewis, with Alec McDonald rounding out their bench. And that is your Melbourne Storm for round one.
Yes, moving over to your reigning, defending, three-time champions, looking for the fourth
Of the
Penrith
world.
Panthers. At fullback, you have the ever reliable Dylan Edwards. Your wingers are Sunia Taruva and Brighton To'o. We got a new centre pairing of Isaac Tago, as they like to say, and Taylor May. In the halves, you have Jerome Lua and Nathan Cleary. You have the Bash brothers holding out for the prop positions with Moses Leota and James Fisher Harris. You have a new name, Luke Summerton is your 9. And the second row is Luke Garner and Liam Martin. And at 13, you have the ever reliable Isaiah Yo. Off the bench at number 14, we have Tyro Peachy, who I'm guessing will come on for that Luke dude. 15-16 is Lindsay Smith and Liam Henry. And at number 17, you have Matt Eisenhoof. So this is probably what I'm thinking is going to be the game of the round. It's the clash of the Titans. You have Melbourne Storm, who have been dominant for so long and kind of been their standard. You have the Penrith Panthers, who are now the standard. 4 finals, 3 straight titles. Well, what more is there to say? So where do you think, looking at this team, where do you think it's going to be won and lost, and who are you picking, man?
Oh man, see, I think the Panthers got the edge in terms of their forwards. I think Melbourne have got the edge in terms of their backs. However, backs don't win the game necessarily. We had backs, and the Roosters had forwards and backs. So, you know, we relied too heavily on backs to produce, and their forwards just outmuscled our forwards, and their backs outmuscled our backs. So I think you need a combo of the two. And I think the Panthers still, even though they've lost a lot of players, I think they still have a decent, great actually, combo of forwards and backs. So hopefully everyone stays healthy. But I think, man, I think the Panthers forwards will be the ones to watch. Get them to help create space, like open up some space out the back for the backs to do their magic. If it's for the Melbourne Storm, you got to look to Harry Grant, get that ball moving out the ruck real quick, get the forwards on the front foot, and let Cam Munster do his kicking game. And Pep, I think he's one to watch this weekend. He really wants to make an effort to come back and stay healthy. So as long as he stays healthy, it will be good. And for the Panthers, I think it's just business as usual, isn't it? Just another game for them, really. Win or lose, I know it's not going to rattle them. They'll still be there at the pointy end of the season. They know how to turn the season around. I think they just got to work on combinations this weekend, build that team chemistry up, and see where this team can go. It's a different team to last year, but they had a different team last year to the year before. And I think it's just going to continue this way. As long as they keep winning premierships, they're going to keep losing players. It's just the way it goes. So what about you?
For me, it depends on if Munster plays. I know he's got a bit of an injury, so he has to pass a test in order to play. I think if he plays, then obviously I'll give the Storm a chance. Also, I think Bellamy's got this ridiculous record of like winning in round one. Like it's stupid. I think it's been over like 10 or something years where the Storm always win round one. So
Sure.
yeah, I think if Munster plays, passes that fitness test, Storm are at home. Panthers might still be figuring stuff out. They're missing their 9, Mitch Kenny. I'd probably be favouring the Storm slightly, and that's purely if Munster plays, because Craig Bellamy seems to never lose in round one. But if Munster doesn't play, I'm chalking it to Penrith a win, because they need everyone. And one thing about Penrith is that they love to play the Storm. Like, I think they still hold on to losing their first final, and ever since then, I don't even think it's been close. I think the Storm might have won one game against them or something, but yeah, Panthers always get up against the Storm because of that final, so they'll always have that hunger there, and quite a few of the team is still there, so they still remember it. So yeah, but I'm gonna go with the Storm purely because Bellamy doesn't lose first round. They're at home. But if Munster isn't playing, then Penrith. Yeah.
Yeah, last year when the Broncos played Panthers round one, I remember getting in the group chat, everyone was messaging me going, "Oh, what do you reckon, Panthers over Broncos?" I go, "No way, no way." And the Broncos did get up, but no one believed me because they thought the Broncos were going to be a joke last year. But it was a close game. It was only a 1 point win, so I think it's going to be an arm wrestle. But I've got to give the nod to the Panthers. I don't think they're coming home happy after losing that World Club Challenge, and a lot of people probably have already written them off. So I'm looking forward to letting them set the record straight and coming out with a dominant round one performance. So I'm going to go with the Panthers. Sorry, Panthers fans. Again, if you guys, if all the teams I pick lose, I'm definitely calling. Like everyone bet against me.
I just did a quick research on that Craig Bellamy thing, and I reckon I just googled it. Remarkably, the Storm have not lost in the opening round of the season since Craig Bellamy took charge in 2003. So
Damn, that's a great stat.
yeah.
Superstitious people, but do you reckon that comes down? We'll get back into the previews and predictions shortly, but do you think that goes down to that Melbourne Storm preseason that they have? Because everyone talks about it as it's like the hardest preseason you'll ever have.
Yeah, I'd say so. They always come out the gates hot. They're just always on, and it always seems like the early part of the seasons they're always a step ahead. Um, yeah, I also think it helps the players that they have in their team as well. So yeah, without doubt.
Yeah, yeah. Right, and then over to Super Saturday. We've got a great game here. We've got the Eels versus the Bulldogs with our resident Bulldog fanatic. Let's go over to you for the Bulldogs team list, and then I'll go through the Eels.
Yes, yes, yes. So this is our first team for our first game against the Eels. So at fullback, we've got Blake Taff. I know he didn't have a great second trial, but I just think we got to start someone then. I'm not against that move. So Blake Taff's our fullback. On the winger, we have Blake Wilson and Josh Addo-Carr. Centres, we have Jacob Kiraz and Stephen Crichton. Kiraz is on a bit of an injury cloud, so I think if he doesn't make it, Bronson Cherry is coming into play centre for him. So yeah, I thought they might put Kiraz to wing and bring in Bronson Cherry, but that's just what they're going with. In the halves, we have Matt Burden, and at number 7, they have gone with Drew Hutchinson. I think that's the right call. I know other people think Toby Sexton, but I just think Drew Hutchinson's a little bit older, and so that experience. In the forward pack, we've had Max King, who I believe is about to re-sign on a 3-year deal. Reed Mahone at 9, and they've got Puasa Famiasuli. He played for the Redcliffe Dolphins last year. We've poached him, and he's had a good trial, so he's also been upgraded into our top 30, so he gets first nod at their other Proctor partner, Max King. Second row, we have Viliami Kikau and Jacob Preston. Great second row combo there. I'd put them up there with anyone in the NRL. I think they're that good. Viliami Kikau didn't have his greatest season last year, but he was hampered by injury. And we've got Jacob Preston, who would have won Rookie of the Year if he didn't get suspended. He clean sweeped out our end of year awards, winning Rookie of the Year, Club Person of the Year, and Player of the Year. Number 13, we're going with Jamin Salmon. So he's beaten out Josh Curran for that locking spot. And I think he deserves it after the way he played in the trials. Off the bench, we have Kurt Mann, Samuel Hughes, Josh Curran, and Curtis Morin. That is the 17, our first team for the year. Hopefully they go well. Wish him nothing but the best. Yeah, over to you for the Eels team.
Yeah, the Parramatta Eels. They haven't been good since Highmarsh left. Anyway, we've got Clint Gutherson at fullback, Bailey Simonson and Sean Russell on the wing. In the centres, we have Viliami Pinasini, Morgan Harper. Our halves look like Dylan Brown, Mitchell Moses. Our forwards go RGC, Big Regan, Campbell, good lord, and Joey Lussick there with Junior Bolo. Sean Lundy, Bryce Cartwright and Jermaine Hopgood are the rest of your what are you laughing at now? Are the
Sean
rest of your
Lumley.
forwards,
I
and then
didn't
off
see
the
that
bench
coming.
we have what is it? Is it Sean Lane?
Yes, it's Sean Lane.
I
He's the
thought it was
tall
Sean
white
Lundy,
dude.
bro. Anyway, he probably hangs out with the brothers anyway. They call him Sean Lundy. Anyway, on the bench, Brennan Hands, Ryan Mattison, Joe Ofahangawi, and Kama Tuilangi. That is your Eels side. Some big boys there in the forwards, man. Some big boys. Um, I think it's going to be a good matchup. This one. They seem like quite even. You guys have a few. Well, you guys have the better backs, I think, but they've got the better forwards. I'm looking forward to watching their forwards have a run at you fellas.
Yeah.
But I'm looking forward to seeing what you guys can do in some open space. We've seen it against the Broncos. Their intercepts are quite common, but maybe that was because of the smaller field. But I'm looking forward to seeing Critter play a full 80. Is he going to play the full 80 or are they going to take him out close to the end of the game again?
No, mate. He's there for the 480. Without a doubt.
Yeah, I'm looking forward to seeing it. He looks good in that blue and white too, man. He looked good in that blue and white. Not going to lie.
Yeah, for me, it's going to be our forward pack A. We're going up against one of the premier forward packs of the last couple of seasons, and when they are dominant, the Eels are dominant. And there's been a lot of chat. We don't have any forwards, and fair enough, we kind of don't. And if we get rolled over, it's going to be a long night. Everyone's still saying we need forwards and we need a number 7. Like I said, Max King, I think it's about to resign for 3 years. For Safamo Suli, he looked good in trials. It'll be interesting to see how long Sam Hughes stays on the bench, because if he's as good as advertised and he's also re-signed till 2026, he might be in that number 10 jersey real quickly. I mentioned it in a couple of episodes before, how in our first trial everyone played well except for Liam Knight, who might have played his way out of their prop spot, and sure enough he did. That's his own fault. Hopefully he does better in New South Wales Cup, but yeah, I think it's going to come down to our forward pack. If we're as small as they say we are, and we just get rolled, it's going to be a long season. Also, Bronson Cherry, I think he's too good to be in New South Wales Cup. I give it a couple of weeks,
Yeah.
and I think it's going to be dependent on Blake Wilson. Blake Wilson does well enough to hold him out, then I think it's Carrez. I think Carrez is going to stay there. I think Carrez is in the starting team. It's just, if Blake Wilson does enough, Bronson Cherry probably will have to wait a little bit longer. But if Blake Wilson isn't up to par, I can easily Carrez getting shifted to wing and for Bronson Cherry. My prediction, obviously, I kind of want to go to Bulldogs. But we're not at home in Eels with their forward pack and Mitchell Moses. Nah, I'm still going to go with the Bulldogs. What am I saying? I have faith in the boys. I just hope we don't get fucking pumped, man. So the Bulldogs in the close one, hopefully. If Matt Burden wants to win it with a drop kick, we will take it. But yeah, that's me. What about you? Got any thoughts on this game?
Yeah, look, Gutherson, Dylan Brown, Mitchell Moses, Jermaine Hopgood, bro, that's stacked.
Yeah, it's not looking good.
Yeah, but hey, if you guys win, it's because I picked the Eels, and next week I'll pick the Bulldogs. No, but look, fine. I've got to go with the Eels. I think that the Bulldogs are still going to find their feet. If they win this game, awesome. It'll be great confidence for the club. They need that. I'm here for it. I'm not actually a Bulldogs hater. It's not like I love them, but I don't have a reason to hate them. So yeah, I hope they have a good game. Hope no one gets injured. That's the main thing. I want to see it not injury-free season, but I want to see as many of these star players play the whole season. it's just more fun. The game's more entertaining when you got the big guys playing. One thing that's annoying me is the Bronson Sherry thing. He was in my fantasy team, and now I got to drop him. He ain't gonna be playing, and if he does play, he's gonna be on the wing. It's gonna be boring. So, yeah, that sucks. Bulldogs sort it out. Get him in the centres.
No, he will
Make
be.
it happen.
It'll be Carreras will be the one that gets pushed to win. Yeah, and
Well, hopefully, yeah.
or
Hopefully.
no, actually Carreras is the one that might be injured, so he'll come in for Carreras at centre. Yeah, yeah. That's how it goes. Yeah.
All right, and then over to the other game of Saturday night. Titans versus the Dragons. Now look, pre-season, the Dragons stood up and said, "Hey, we're not going to be the laughing stock this season." And lucky the Tigers got a bye because you'll see who the real laughing stock is. So, Titans versus Dragons mightn't be that interesting. These two teams are kind of around the same level, and it's kind of hard when you've got two teams that are kind of around that same level where they're kind of both average. I don't think the Titans are that good. I watch their preseason games. Nah, man.
You better watch
I'm
yourself.
putting a bit of respect on these Dragons.
Hey, you
I'm
better
putting
put some respect on these
Dragons,
Titans.
man. Yeah, we'll see. We'll see. We'll see, man. We'll see. Will you run through the Titans? I'll run through the Dragons.
Roger that. Yes, I will run through the Titans. At fullback we have Kearney Kinney. He's someone to watch. Apparently he is apparently he's real good from what I've heard. He could push Jaden Campbell for the number one spot. So one to watch out for. Then the wingers we have Alofiana Khan Pereira and Philip Sami. Centre you have Brian Kelly on one side and you have AJ Brimson, the former fullback, former number 6, who's now a centre. In the halves you have the ever reliable when he's not injured every other game, Kieran Foran. And you have Tanner Boyd. To the forwards, which is where the strength really is, you have Mike Fotueka as one prop and Tino Famasualavilla, sorry Tino, as the other prop. Chris Randall, okay, didn't think he'd be their 9, but apparently he's their 9. You have, Khaleesi Haas and Bo Firma. It's in the second rower. David Fafita's injured, I'm pretty sure. And Jaden Campbell's also injured, so that's why they're not on the team. And Keenan Palacia. Is that your former Keenan Palacia? At 13.
I think so.
Off the bench, we have Sam Verrills, who is a real quality 9. He's just another player that likes to always be injured. Isaac Liu, who I thought would be starting at 13, but he's come off the bench. Aaron Clark and Jaume Jolife. Sorry, brother. I don't know how to say that. He's at 17. So that is your Titans squad. I'll hand it over to you to do the Dragons.
Yo. All right. So, Dragons, you guys look like this. You have Tyrell Sloan at fullback, Zach Lomax, and Mikaele Ravalawa on the wing. Moses Sully and Jack Bird in the centres. Then in the halves, you have Kyle Flanagan. Is that Flanagan or Flanagan?
Flanagan.
Ben Hunt. Flanagan. Kyle Flanagan. Ben Hunt at the 7. Francis Mullo and Blake Lawrie. Your props, Jacob Little is your hooker. Then you've got Tom and Jaden Sewer and Jack DeBellin are your edge players. Off the bench, you have Connor. You've got Connor, and then you've got Michael Mullo, Viliami Fafita, and Raymond Faitala Mariner. So, yeah, a few hard last names to pronounce on this Dragon side. Sorry. I think he's a Palangi too.
Yeah, I can't even.
Do you know?
Nah, Connor. Well, the first one, Tom. That's Tom Eisenhoof. I didn't know that because of Matt Eisenhoof from the Panthers. But yeah, number 14, Connor Mole. Nah, I won't even attempt that.
Yeah, sorry, brother. No. Sorry, Connor.
Yeah. Ouch.
Yeah. Look, matchups. I think it could be a contest, man. The Dragons, I feel like people are just going to underestimate them. come into this where they'll be like, no, we're going to thrash the Dragons. Dragons have no right. They really have no right to win games this season. So I feel like they'll be looking to prove some people wrong. There's no draft, so it's a waste of time trying to tank. So might as well go for glory and upset the big guys. The only reason I say that is because, like you say, the never reliable Kieran Foran is a walking hospital. He's about as good as Brendan Piakura and Tommy Turbo when it comes to staying healthy. It is what it is, you know, call a spade a spade. That forward pack, though, 10-year Tino, yeah, there's a reason he's 10-year Tino, man. He's a beast. Keanu, is that Keanu or Keanu?
Who's that for?
Kenny, the fullback.
Yeah, Keanu? I'm not actually too sure. Yeah.
My issue with this team is they have too many fullbacks. Brimo's a mean fullback.
Yeah.
Jaden's a decent fullback. Kenny, he'll probably be a mean fullback. Too
Good
many
problem
fullbacks.
to have.
Trade them. I guess if you're hoping your team gets injured a lot.
Yeah, it's an interesting.
But where do you think this game's going to be won?
For me, I'm gonna roll with the Titans based on their forward pack. I think it's still a solid one compared to the Dragons. Mike Fotuaika, Tino Whanasumula Awe. Both firmer. Obviously, they don't have Fafita, and if they did, it would be even more devastating. Isaac Liu off the bench, Aaron Clark, he's probably going to come on and play their ball playing 13. He can also cover 9 as well. So that's where I'm thinking this ball game's going to be one up front. And I mean, who's the origin player from that forward pack on the Dragons? Jack DeBellin. He got a couple origins. Francis Muller. Oh, Jaden Saw, but outside of that, can't. You don't even know if they're going to be able to make an origin team this year. We know Tino's going to be there. David Fafita will be there, thereabouts. Mike Fotuaika there, thereabouts. Yeah. So for me, I'm rolling with Titans based on their forward pack. And yeah, we're interested to see how AJ Brimson goes at number 4. Like we said, he was a great fullback. He looked half decent at number 6 too, and I think that's the plan. Kieran Foran might be on his last year, either this year or next. So I'm thinking once Kieran Foran's deal's up, he's probably going to retire. Then they'll just shift in.
What, for the 4th time? How many times has that guy retired? He's retired more times than Michael Jordan.
Yeah, true that. Hey man, he went through some dark times. Very, very dark times.
No. He just wanted to get out of that team. How many times he retired? Didn't he retire after he left Manly? And he retired after he left you fellas. He retired after he left the Warriors.
Nah, he retired. Didn't he go to Parramatta? Like he signed there and then only played like half a season, then retired because was it him? Was he the gambling issue one? And then came out of retirement and then went to the Warriors. And then halfway through that season, when they tried to re-sign him, he signed with us for $1 million, where he wanted to be injured half the time. But he was good when he plays. I'll give him that much, man. When he plays, he's good. He just want to be here. Then he went back to Manly, where it seems that's the only team where he doesn't get injured. But yeah, man.
Yeah, and I'll go with the Dragons, just because I did say at the start of the season that I think the Titans will be in the top 8. So if my bad luck continues, I'm gonna go with the Dragons just so that earlier prediction can come through. I'm really gonna test it this week, man. If all of my picks lose, then hey, I just got bad luck, and then next week I'm just gonna start picking on who I think I don't like the most. Do you reckon I could go a whole season without picking a team correct?
Nah, no shot. that would be
That'll be interesting.
nah. If you did it though, that's almost more impressive than actually picking the winner each time. You know what I mean?
Right?
Like,
And like, it's not even intentional. I'm trying to pick a winner, except for this game. This game is for the lols.
yeah, and it is so rounding out round one, last game of the week, we have the Dolphins v Cowboys at Suncorp Stadium on a Sunday afternoon. Do you like either of these teams? Or which
Yeah, I
one?
prefer the Cowboys more than the Dolphins.
Oh, okay, then you can do the Cowboys then. And I will do the Dolphins, starting with we have the Haberso Tabuai Fido. At fullback, you have the ever reliable scoring machine, Jermaine Sacco, at one winger, and he'll be partnered up with Jack Bostock, who is a rookie, I believe, one to watch. In the centres, we have your former player, Tessie New, and he was partnered up with your other former player, Herbie Farnworth. Yep. And number 6, we also.
Isako was formerly ours
Yes,
too.
Sacco's also another one.
This whole
Yep. And
team.
another former Broncos is Cody Nikorima at number 6, and he'll be partnered up with Sean O'Sullivan. Moving to the forward pack, where you have Jesse Bromwich, one of the greatest props of all time in my eyes. Um, and he's partnered up with another former Bronco, Thomas Flegler. At the number 9, we have a former Bulldog, Jeremy Marshall King. Moving to the second row, we have Felice Kafusi, who likes to at least do one bone rattling tackle a game, and Connolly Lemuelu. At 13, we have Ray Stone. Moving to the bench, we have Josh Kerr, Max Plath, Kenny Bromwich, and rounding out the team is Mark Nichols. So yes, that is the Dolphins, aka the former Broncos team. I'll give it to you to do
The
that.
Redcliffe,
Yeah,
the Redcliffe
the
Broncos.
Redcliffe Broncos. Yes.
All right, so heading further up North Queensland, we head into the Cowboys territory. And starting at fullback, we have Scott Drinkwater. On the wing, the veteran Kyle Felt and Murray Tuolangi. In the centres, we've got former NFL bust Valentine Holmes and Zach Laybutt. The halves, Tom Dearden and Chad Townsend, with the props, Jordan McLean and Jason 10-year Taumalolo, with Reese Robson at the hooking position. Out on the edge, we've got Helium. Oh no, I went over this last time, eh? Halem. Looky. Halem Looky.
If he plays like shit, it's gonna
Jeremiah.
be Helium Lukey. He's gonna have to earn his name.
I think it's just going to be Helium every time I see it. It's twice now that's happened. Aroha mai Helium. Halem. So, one day we'll get you on this potty, bro, so you can come correct us. Jeremiah Nanai and Rubes, big Ruben Cotter there. On the bench, the veteran Jake Granville. Number 15, my boy Griffin Niame. And 16, Sam McIntyre. And 17, the brother Kuli. Also, sorry, my brother. Yeah, the
Damn.
brother Kuli. Yeah, bro. These
You
are
might just have to put
outrageous.
like the
Whoever
name
watches or
down there
listens to this
somewhere,
part,
just show the name. Like, come on now.
hey, yeah, look, send in a voice note and you say these names. You read these out. I understand how the commentators hate this. I'm trying.
Fuck.
I think the only ones I don't try with are the Palangi names. But look, what are you looking forward to? Where's the matchups? Who sticks out and who doesn't?
Looking at this team, to be honest with you, I'll be looking at the fullbacks, the Hammer against Scott Drinkwater. They're both not as electrifying as Reece Welsh, but both play kind of a different style. With the Hammer, you got that speed. Scott Drinkwater, it's kind of his playmaking. So speed against
Mm,
that playmaking, we'll see how it goes. So that'll be a good battle. Kind of looking who else. Mm, Ruben Cotter, I think he'll be one to watch. Oh, the battle of the Nines again, Jeremy
yeah,
Marshall King and Reese Robertson. I think Reese,
yeah, that'd be a good
yeah,
matchup.
there'll be another one to watch. And yeah, if I'm being honest, this game doesn't really do it for me. I don't know what it is when those Queensland teams play each other, but every time I see it, I'm just like, eh. Like, unless it's like you guys playing one of them, then yeah, normally I'm just like, ah, cool. Next. Um, yeah, if I had to pick a winner, I think I'm gonna roll with the Cowboys. Um,
Mm,
yeah, that's probably where I'm gonna go with. Why? Just 'cause.
it's because of the brother Cooley.
Yeah. Yeah, bro, so that's my prediction. Um, you give us your thoughts on this game.
Yeah, look, I'm looking forward to these forwards. Jason Tomalolo, Ruben Cora, Helium, going up against Kofusi, Ray Stone, Bromwich, Flegler. Man, I think he's going to have a great season. I think Flegler's going to put his hand up and be that number one prop over there and at the Redcliffe Broncos. Um, he learned a lot off Kevy, and he's going to learn a lot more off Wayne. I think that's going to be a match made in heaven. Same with Herbie. I know Wayne's going to get the best out of Herbie, so I'm looking forward to seeing him get unleashed. I think he scored a try in every preseason game. I think in his first preseason game with the Dolphins, he scored a try in under 5 minutes. In the second game, it took him, I think, about 20 minutes to score his second try in Dolphins colours. So expect him to score another try this weekend. And because of their connection to us, I'm going with the not the Redcliffe Broncos.
Fair enough. I just wanted to note that former Bulldog Jake Averillo did not make the 17. They're going with Tessie New over him, which is, I think, surprising to most because I think when Averillo signed, kind of looked like that was going to be a great centre pairing. Averillo one side, Farnworth on the other. I don't watch the preseason trial game, so I'm not too sure how Averillo went. Apparently, not good enough to get the centre spot. So interesting, and also,
He's not even on the bench. He's in
yeah,
the
the
reserves.
reserves, yeah, and Cody Nikorima, I give it maybe 4 or 5 games before they bring back Isaiah Katoa, who I think is gonna be their dude. Yeah, well, I hope so.
Yeah, I think that's where the Dolphins are lacking really is in the halves. Once they get a solid halves pairing, I think they'll be a formidable team. They've got a lot more depth this season than they had last season, so giddy up, Redcliffe Broncos fans. Heading over to your TAB, because I'm 0-2 now with all my TAB bets. So
We yeah, we might have an issue there.
we'll jack up a multi, and we'll see how we get on, eh?
Yeah, we might have to write it down and
Uh,
then I do it later.
well, I can punch them all in. We'll just do the head to heads. I'll punch them all in. We'll do a head to head, and then we'll see how much it'll cost.
Yeah, let's do that because I know I've got an account. I just haven't touched it in a long time. Not actually sure I can even
All
remember
right.
my password, but we'll definitely put it through. Yeah, we'll just
So,
yeah. Let's do it on your end and then
so
I'll
you went
just.
Knights over Raiders.
Um. Yes. Yeah. I think we both picked the Knights, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
You picked the Warriors or the Sharks.
I'm going with the Wires.
All right. We're just picking Fano. We're just picking straight head to head. We're not going to get into overs unders or any handicap of that sort. Storm or Panthers? Who'd you pick?
If Munster plays Storm, if he doesn't, Panthers.
Okay.
So that's kind of like a.
You went Bulldogs
Who
over
did you pick?
Eels
Yeah, Bulldogs.
for
For the other game, the one before.
I went Panthers.
Okay.
You going Titans over Dragons?
Yeah.
And you're going Cowboys over Dolphins? Okay. And $15 on that will pay out $425. Not bad.
Yeah, that's a solid,
Not bad.
solid start.
All right, so I'm not gonna punch that ticket. I don't want the fans getting mad at me for another week of lost bets. For the most part, you've picked favourites throughout. So Newcastle Knights are favourites over the Raiders. Newcastle Knights on the TABNZ website, not sponsored by the way, but sponsor us. They're paying $1.41 to the Raiders, $2.80. The New Zealand Warriors are paying $1.51 to Cronulla Sharks, $2.50. Melbourne Storm are paying $2.27 to the Panthers, $1.61. Over to Saturday, we've got the Parramatta Eels paying $1.44 to the Bulldogs, $2.70. Gold Coast Titans are paying $1.49 to the Dragons, $2.50. And then finally on Sunday, the Dolphins are paying $2.65 to the Cowboys, $1.46. So punters, remember, gamble responsibly, bet only what you can afford, and gamble responsibly and have fun with it. All right. If it doesn't come off, don't go home and bash your missus. No one likes that. So yeah, $15 pays out $425 from all of that. So, ready for a bit of a 1 ounce?
Let's do it, man. Let's throw down.
Here we go. So, Fano, 1 ounce looks like this. We have two's best versus my best. We just go head to head. We'll go pick for pick. We don't have to go in order from 1 through to 13. We just go pick for pick.
Yeah.
Since you want paper, scissors, rock, you can kick us off.
So ground rules for those listening is obviously we're doing all-time teams, but the player you pick, it's how they performed in their jersey. So yeah.
Yes. So for example, I could choose to have who's on it? Benji Marshall, right? He played for the Broncos, but I'm getting Benji Marshall that played at the Broncos. Same with Isaac Luke when he was at the Broncos. I'll be getting that version as opposed to their like all-time greatest versions. So keep that in mind when we're picking these players because obviously we're just stack out our lineups, right? So envision these players playing on these teams. You go first, bro. Should we do it snake style? So you pick your player and position, then I'll follow that with the same player and position, and then I'll pick the next player and position, and you pick.
Yeah, bro. Yeah. Either way, I'm not too fast. All right. So where do I want to start? So there were a few players that aren't on my team that's on everyone else's list. I kind of went with players that I kind of know something about. So there's this one player that seems to be on every Bulldogs list, and he's the fullback, Les Johns. I don't know who he is, so he didn't make my team, unfortunately. There are a couple of players who I didn't see play, but do make the list, and that's purely because I've heard about them, so I know a little bit about them. Yeah, so sorry, Les, my bad. You played in the 60s, brother. I don't really know what to say. But I will kick it off with, if you watch the potty, you know who my favourite player of all time is. It is this guy. He won me quite a bit of money off the old man. So I'm going to start with A winger. His name is Hazem Al Masri. He will be, I think he's at number 2. Be my goal kicker. Not much to say. Easily the greatest winger we've had at the Bulldogs. Used to hold the record for most points until Cam Smith broke it. Um, just an all-round legend. Yeah. So Hazem Al Masri. What do you got?
Nice. So he played 5?
2, I believe. 2 or 5.
Two?
Yes.
All right. We'll go with number 2 then. In only 39 games, let me double check. In only 39 games, he scored 37 tries, scored 148 points.
Okay.
It's none other than Israel Folau. Now, everyone might remember him from his Storm days, but, he still played amazingly with the Broncos. So he's, again, like Tu said, my all-time, not yours. So if you're hating on me for picking Israel Folau, who cares? He's great. He would have been greater if he kept playing instead of going over to AFL, but it is what it is. He's on my all-time team. Shut up. Next player, I'll go with another controversial pick then. So at fullback, I've got Reece Walsh. He's performing amazingly. He's electrifying in that fullback jersey. A lot of people going, what about Darren Lockyer? Why didn't you put him in that fullback jersey? Because I put Reece Walsh in there. I think he suits this team that I picked very well. And we need some modern players to add that electrifying element to go up against Tu's Bulldogs. So write these down at home, whānau, and let us know who's winning these little 1v1s until we get our full 13 done. And then you guys can comment as well who you think wins this 13 and this 1 ounce challenge.
Man, so you went with Reese Lightning, eh? When you said your Israel Folau, when you said 39 games, I was thinking of the other winger, the one that got injured and had to retire. Yao Yi?
Jarrell Yao Yi. Yeah. Well, it's going to be him too. It was torn between him, Lottie, Carmichael, and Izzy. But I went with Israel Folau because he's just scucks. Imagine if he stayed at the Broncos and kept playing.
Fair enough.
Yeah.
Enough. Okay, so you've picked...
And he bagged like our greatest netball player of all time.
You're not wrong. To match your Reece Walsh, I might have to match speed with speed and electricity with electricity. So I'm going to go with someone that has a M medal next to his name. He won a premiership, wasn't with us. Now, do I agree with what's happened in his personal life and things that he's done? No, I do not. But for the sake of this, we only care about what he done in a Bulldogs top, which was amazing. So I'm going with none other than Benny Barber.
That's a great pick. Hey, I was disappointed with how he played with the Broncos, but fun fact, I got a photo with him at the Nines wearing a Sharks hat, which is crack up.
True. He's actually my second favourite Bulldog, funnily enough, behind Hazard. So I'm going to go with my pick next day.
Yep.
Why not round out the back 3 and choose another winger? This was a bit of a hard one. The one that came to mind was Matt Utai, just because I know he was part of that 04 team. And a lot of people compare him to Brian To'o. Well, I guess a lot of people compare Brian To'o to him. Nuggety, quite wingers, and yeah, they were a short pairing, him and Hazard. But I've decided to go with the fastest man in the world, Mr. Let's Trot himself. I've gone with none other than Josh Adokar. I need his speed. It's as simple as that. I need his superstarness, and yeah, he's always a chance to score a try. If he can get on the outside of his play, put him in space, it's over. So yeah, Josh Adokar is my other winger.
I'm going to go with a dual code specialist. He played both codes, Union and League. And I think if you didn't catch it when I listed off the other wingers that didn't make the team, well, now you know. It's the Dell. Wendell Sailor is my other winger. Big man, he scored tries, he got the ladies, and now his son's in a Broncos jersey. Full circle moment for the family. And yeah, look, Wendell Sailor, the big Dell, can't not have him on your team. I feel like even though he played the end of his career in a Dragons uniform, I'll always picture him in a Broncos jersey. That's just how I always picture him. So that's our 1, 2, and 5. Let's go. I'll get my 9 out of the way, I think. I've never seen this dude play. He won the 92, 93 grand final, I think it was. Our current coach's twin brother, Kerrod Walters, never seen him play, but everyone puts him down in their all-time team. It was either him or Andrew McCullough. People say Sean Berrigan too, but I liked watching Andrew McCullough play. I just enjoyed his footy, but I'm going with Kerrod Walters because he won grand finals, and Andrew McCullough, he's all goods.
So I will match that with. I don't really know who to go. I wanted to put Reed in there, but he's only been here for 1 year. Michael Ennis was another option who was in the team. I actually think he was in my team for a little bit, but you know what? I don't like you, Michael Ennis, right now. So I'm taking you out of the team, and I'm going to go with someone else. And I'm going to go purely based on what the zero tackle says. And I'm going to go with this dude who, just like you, I've never seen play, but it looks like he was part of the championship team because he was with us from 98 to 08. Corey Hughes. So yes, Corey Hughes. We could have went. Who was another one? Our former coach George Papunas. That's not how you say his last name. And Jack Heverington. He's also another that could have went one. But yeah, we're gonna go with zero tackle. Corey Hughes at the 9. Don't ask me. I know nothing about him. McInnes, you're trash. Nah, you're right. Next up, let's shift to the centers, and this guy is just reliable. He was with us for a long time. Just one of the best, from what I've heard and what I've seen, one of the best center defenders in the history of the game. A lot of times he was picked in Origin purely to guard Greg Inglis. None other than, he's a twin. I'm going to roll with Josh Morris.
Twins be a theme, man. We both got a twin on the team. We should have made that a stipulation.
Brett played for the Bulldogs too.
That's a That's a great pick. That's a great pick, man. I'm gonna go with a player that I've never seen play. He played from 1988 through to 1999. A lot of people argue that he's one of the greatest centers. He played for the Wigan Warriors, and he also played for the Brisbane Broncos. We're going with Steve Renouf. He's of Aboriginal and European descent, so he could have made your Indigenous All-Stars squad, bro. But yeah, look, we're going with Steve Renouf. I know heaps of Broncos old heads will be like, yeah, good on you, mate. Well done. Great pick. Yeah, look, Steve Renouf. I haven't seen a highlight, but everyone talks about him as if he's this amazing figure. So that's who we picked. We'll go the other centre. One of my favourite players. Everyone calls him a grub. He's an average boxer, but he was a much better league player. We got to go with the mouth, Justin Hodges. Cheekiest bastard, most lippiest bastard out there, but man, I loved him, eh? He's just agile, quick, is the whole package. I miss seeing players like that, man. I hated him 3 games a year. 3 games a year, man. Hated him. That was only in Origin. The rest of the year, favourite player.
Alright, so my other centre spot. Again, guys, this is my team. so I don't want to hear nothing. All right, my opinion. Had a few options here. Willie Tonga was one that came to mind. He was with us for a little short stint. Nigel Wagner for those old heads. Um, he was good when he played for us too. Who else do we have? Those were kind of the first two that came to mind. Will Hopoate, the mainstay of the Bulldogs team, even though we were struggling, but he was kind of like the shining light. Played fullback and also played centre for us. But I decided to go with the young dude, current member, who I just think is destined for greatness and probably my favourite player today. None other than the man with the fucking golden foot and he can boot everything to the moon and back. I'm rolling with Matt Burden at my centre. Yeah.
Nice.
I'm chucking it on the same side as
Solid pick.
Edo Carr, so he's going to be number 4. Edo Carr's number 5. Those two will make a great combo.
Yeah, I got Steve Renoff inside Falau and Hodges inside Sailor.
Ooh. Yeah, that's not going to be fun. Okay, I'm going to go to probably a controversial one for me. I'm going to go to the lock. Honestly, we were talking about this off air before, like where to put one of my props, because I think he's good enough to play lock because he's got a pass on him. But we're saying like he technically, I don't think he ever played there for us. So yeah, he makes my team. You'll see him later. So I've gone with someone who, I mean, he was our captain for quite a long time. He took us through a lot of lean years. He was a second row and finished his career in the middle, playing 13 for a bit. He kind of retired unexpectedly, but he was saying it was time to go. He's just too good to leave off the team, and he's a bulldog through and through. He's still there now, I believe. He's part of the coaching team. It's none other than Captain Fantastic. That's Josh Jackson.
Yeah. Nice. That's a great pick. Yeah, my 13, I've got the Silver Fox, the ever reliable. It always threw me off, like watching him kick. I'm like, man, why is he kicking? Why isn't someone else kicking? It always threw me off. But always grateful for the points that he scored for us, man. He is a reliable kicker, and it's none other than Mr. Parker, Corey Parker, best friends with Michael Ennis. Funny enough, he was at his wedding. It's fun, true story apparently.
Not surprised.
Yeah, I mean, there's a whole bunch of omissions from my team that a lot of people will be like, you have him over him. Now, argue me this, people at home. Argue me this. I've got at starting prop Payne Haas over a lot of legendary props. You've got Glenn Lazarus hasn't made this team. I've heard things about that man. Never seen him. Shane Webke. Who else? No, not Petro. It's bloody. Heaps of them. But I've gone with Payne Haas just because he's been mean. He's like the greatest prop in the modern era. And imagine him on this squad. He'd have a much lighter workload. You wouldn't see him running as much as you do with the current Broncos because it'll get shared around. But man, the way this guy runs and attacks the line with his offload to Reece Walsh or even Justin Hodges cutting through there if he's heading out towards the edge. There's lots of possibilities here. Lots of possibilities with Payne Haas on the squad.
Yeah, can't really deny that pick. I mean, he's won Player of the Year like 5 times or something. It's ridiculous. So no, you're definitely not wrong for picking him. And yeah, if he continues the way he is, he could go down as the greatest prop of all time. So for my prop, and yeah, I can't see me not naming him captain. Although one of the halves might have something to say about that. Oh, looks like he's going to be our vice captain. Our vice captain, number 8. I'm going with none other than Steve Price. Steve Price, you make this team. I mean, I don't really know what more to say. He would have hit it. I mean, he got Thurston's championship ring. Even though he was injured, missed it. And then, he came over to the Warriors, but he's a bulldog through and through. And for those wondering why I didn't pick Jonathan Thurston, like we said at the beginning, you only got them how they were there, and he was only like a rookie then. So that's why he didn't make the team, or else obviously he makes the team. But yeah, I've got Steve Price. And
Nice.
is it me or is it you?
You're
Me.
up.
And to partner Steve
Yep.
Price, this is the guy that I was thinking about putting at lock. I'm going with the British Bulldog himself. I am going with James Graham.
Nice. That's a great pick.
Yeah, man.
To go up against him and Steve Price, partnering Payne Haas in the props, I've got Petro Sivanasiva. Just someone who can just roll up the sleeves, match that same energy that Steve Price is going to have, and just run through a motherfucker face. That's all you're going to do, just run through a motherfucker face every day. Just get up, play that ball. So I went for a mobile prop, and I went for just a hard, gritty prop that's just going to get that job done. So we're just hoping Kerrod Walters gets them all on the front foot early and often. We'll stay with the forwards, I guess, and we'll go with my 12. We've got Gordon Tellis in our second row. Can't go wrong, man. He'll just drag you. He'll ragdoll your ass out to the sideline. He don't give no fucks. He a bull. He's who bloody Willie Mason looked up to.
Oh.
You always hear Willie Mason talking about Gordon Tellis and how like his mindset was, and so that's what Willie Mason adopted a lot of, was Gordon Tellis's mindset.
Well, speaking of Uncle Widemu, without a doubt, he makes my team. So I've got Willie Mason. Uncle Widemu is one of my second rowers, and he will be partnered up. This is a tough one because the one that I didn't go with is Andrew Ryan. So he was the captain of the 04 team when Steve Price wasn't there, and he was the captain for a long time after. He is a Bulldog favourite. Sorry, my guy. I just have to go with Sonny Bill Williams. Sorry, man.
Young Sonny
yeah,
too.
it's a
Young
young
Sonny.
Sonny Bill Williams, but it's still Sonny Bill Williams. I mean,
Hard outs.
this was back when he was playing ridiculous defense, and if Gordon Tallis wants to go, yeah, he can never go with the former NZ heavyweight boxing champ. See how that works out
He
for
wasn't a boxer back
him.
then.
But yeah, I've gone with
He wasn't a
he
boxer
can
back
throw
then.
hands, still throw hands, mate. But yeah, I've
Gordy
gone
could
with Willie
throw
Mason and
hands.
Sonny Bill Williams. That's my second row. Pierre, back over to you.
Yeah, look, I went for a couple of themes here. I'm looking at partnerships and I'm looking at finding themes. So not only, so Wendell Sailor isn't the only double internationalist. So is this next player. New Zealanders, you love him. Australians, you love him. It's Brad Thorne. Former Broncos State of Origin player, played for Australia, and then converted over to rugby union, played for the Crusaders, played for the All Blacks. Now he currently coaches the Queensland Reds. What a career. What a career. Queensland's favourite son, coming to play for the All Blacks. He also partnered with Gordon Tallis, and they won a couple of premierships together. And I thought, what better way to keep a bit of rugby banter with Wendell Sailor and Brad Thorne. I guess we're heading over to the halves now. Our 7 is a no-brainer. I feel like he's on everybody's all-time list. He's still around the team. You can spot him on the field from time to time. It's the ever-lovable Alfie Langer in that 7. Can't choose. I feel like you can't pick anyone else other than Alfie. He's a cult hero, but he's also an amazing player.
Yeah, you're not wrong. You're not wrong there. My halves pairing pretty much picked themselves. Dominant duo. I believe they won the title with each other. I'm pretty sure. But if you know anything about the Bulldogs, I mean Bulldogs greatness and Bulldogs law when it comes to halves, these were the two, and so it was an easy pick for me. I've got Terry Lamb at 6 and his partner in crime and captain Steve Mortimer. Yeah, so that
Nice.
that
Yeah,
was yeah.
legends.
Those two just picked themselves. Those two.
Well, I've got to match those legends against some Queensland legends. So partnering the ever lovable Alfie Langer, the legendary Alfie Langer, is the almost immortal Darren Lockyer. Going with Dazza. At the 6, a lot of people probably be like, nah, you should be your fullback. You should have Kevy Walters or you should have Wally Lewis at 6. It's my fucking team. I like I like Darren Lockyer at the 6. Imagine him, man, kicking some balls for Reece Walsh to run through and catch, bro. That would be a mean pairing. I feel like that spine would be amazing. So yeah, I've got Darren Lockyer doing Darren Lockyer things, man. I couldn't not have him on my team. He was also another reason why I was a big Broncos fan. Him and Hodjo, Wendell Saylor, Israel Folau. We were just lucky to benefit from having him. We almost had Greg Inglis. Greg Inglis would have definitely been on my list if he did a backflip on that contract. Pussy. Nah. Sorry, Greg. I'm just salty, man. We could have had so many amazing things. Imagine him and Hodges. We still had bloody what's his name at that point, I think too. Yao Yi was still healthy. We would have been deadly.
Yep, you would have.
We would have been deadly. But anyway, this superstar team needs a superstar coach, and what other superstar coach than the? I was about to say late great, my bad. The very great. He's almost there, but we'll go with a very great Wayne Bennett.
Yeah, standing right. I mean, when you think of Broncos coaches, it's him. So you're not wrong. So I don't actually know this person. I'm guessing he coached early, but he seems to be the coach for all these all-time teams. The one I was tossing up on was Phil Gold, because I know when he first coached, he took over and he won a title in his first few years or something. He talks about it a bit. But the name that keeps popping up is Warren Ryan. So if everyone keeps picking him, he must have been pretty good. So I'm rolling with what the crowd says. I know I didn't pick Lee Johns. Look, it is what it is. Doesn't help that Benny Barber is one of my favorite players. Okay, my bad. Okay, my bad. Sorry, Andrew Ryan. I know you should be there, but I only got 13 spots. All right. Okay. I don't know what you want me to do. So yeah, I'm going with Warren Ryan. He is the coach, and I'll chuck in Phil Gold as assistant coach. But yeah, that's my team. Who did you say is your other prop? Not Payne Haas? Did you go with 7 to 7? Yeah, it was. Thought so. Petro.
Yeah.
Overall, I'm pretty happy with my team. Just the 9, Corey Hughes.
Yeah, same with me though. I struggled with the 9.
Toing and throwing. I was kind of.
It would have been nice if Cameron Smith played at the Broncos, or or we didn't get Isaac Luke at the end of his career.
Yeah, true that. Yeah, and I telling you right now, 2 more years, Corey Hughes is going to be off the list, and it will be Reed Mahone. But it is what it is. Let us know in the comments who you think has the better team.
Who won this one out?
Yeah.
Who won the one out? Let us know down below. Comment if you're a Bronco fan or if you're a Bulldog fan, comment down below your starting 13 all time. Hell, if you're a fan of any other team, comment down below your starting all time team and see how they compare against ours.
Hey, all I know one thing for sure, two things for certain, is that I feel as though both our teams are solid and they would easily beat any West Tigers team. So if there's someone out there, I don't know,
Fact.
Vince, if you want to come on here and do your all-time 13 West Tigers team, it doesn't matter. Because we're smoking both of them. We're smoking them anyway. That's an easy third place for
He'll
you.
probably beat us with a 9.
With a 9, who? The almighty Robbie Farah.
Yeah. I've never seen Kira play.
Yeah, true that. And I've never seen Corey Hughes play too. But, hey.
So
Yeah.
I've seen Robbie Farah play. He's not bad. He's not shit.
Or does he pick the lone bandit, Uppy, Mr. Do It All? Alright.
Well, if he's picking Uppy, you might as well pick Luke Brooks. Show me a team of players that ain't done shit. I feel like he can't pick any modern players. If he picks a modern player, bro, they're getting smoked. At least we can kind of pick modern players because our modern players are somewhat decent. Whereas I've never seen a modern Tiger player that can do bits.
Oh.
The last modern Tiger player that did bits was Tedesco.
Who'll probably pick Tedesco too?
Yeah, but that's that Tedesco.
Yeah, but that Tedesco was still pretty good, right?
Yeah, he was mean.
an
He was mean.
Origin, but
Who was their fullback? Who have they had a mean fullback?
yep, they've had Tedesco, they've had Ryan Pappenhausen. There's like that whole list. Remember they had his all-time Tigers team against the all-time could have been Tigers team. Like if he was allowed to pick players that had just played one game for them, oh, we might be in trouble because those Tigers love to let players go through their system. Jeez.
Fuck yeah. But hey, Fano, that's going to be a great matchup. We'll definitely, once Vince gets on, we'll definitely give him a bit of a 1-outs. Whoever you guys think is the winner of this one, let us know, and then they can go toe-to-toe against Vince. Otherwise, round 140 is back. I'm so pumped for the weekend. I can't wait for the weekend to kick off. And it starts with tonight. It starts with tonight's game, although I'm not really a big Knights fan, so probably won't. Nah, jokes.
Yeah, it's not.
I'll watch it just because it's funny.
Not the best Thursday night game, eh? But oh well.
It is what it is. It is what it is. But I'm looking forward to it. Thank you all so much for listening. If you've managed to make it through this far, shout out to 99 Dreams for keeping you entertained and engaged. As always, leave some comments for the Cuzzies because we have our new segment, Part-Time My, where we will answer any of your questions, no matter how absurd they might be. It doesn't have to just be about footy. It can be about a bit more about Tu and I, whatever you guys want to know. Or it can be about Vincent. We'll just stack up. He'll have like a whole bloody list of parts I going towards him. But yeah, no, thank you all so much for listening. And shout out to our US listeners. I forgot to shout you out at the start of it, man. But whoever you guys are, let us know, man. Because yeah, we might send a porter your way. We'll send something your guys' way for listening to us. We always see the stats, and it's always the same few people listening. So get at us, and we might send a porter your way, a hat. Over to two. Any last words, brother?
Looking forward to the weekend's game. I might miss Saturday's ones. I've got flag football all day. It's our last tournament before we head off to nationals.
Good luck, good luck, good luck.
Good to get to run out with the boys, with the Trident fams. Hopefully we can pull through and get a few good dubs. But other than that, you all know what it is. We'll see you on the next one. So you already said hello to all of our fans near and far. And we will see you on Tuesday? Tuesday, eh? Yeah, so we will see you guys on Tuesday. Cheer to the church. Ma te wa.